Don't blink, they're watching. Every time I blink, the world flickers, just for a fraction of a second, like a faulty light bulb. At first, I thought it was just exhaustion from the endless night shifts at the hospital, or maybe too much caffeine. But then, in those split-second darknesses, I started noticing shapes that didn't belong. Figures standing impossibly still in the corners of my vision, melting away the instant my eyelids snapped open again. I told myself it was my mind playing tricks, but the problem is, tricks don't leave footprints in the dust. I tried to capture them with my phone, holding the camera at the ready, but every picture came out blank. Sleep became a battle I couldn't win. When I finally succumbed, I'd jolt awake, heart racing, sure I'd felt someone watching me from the end of my bed. At work, my patients, those on the edge of consciousness, would sometimes murmur about people in the corners. When I checked their vitals, their eyes wild and glassy, I started to wonder if the exhaustion was contagious or if the hospital itself was sick. The worst part was the night I had to resuscitate a patient whose heart stopped in room 313. As I blinked through sweat and panic, the room flickered more violently than ever. Dozens of those shadowy figures pressed against the walls. They weren't helping, they were waiting. As the patient gasped back to life, the shadows recoiled, retreating in disappointment. That's when I realized they only appeared when death was near, and they were always watching, always waiting for any chance to claim someone. Now I'm terrified to blink. The less I sleep, the more real they become. Last night, one of them stood right behind my reflection in the bathroom mirror, close enough to fog up the glass. I know what happens if I close my eyes for too long. One day, I won't open them again. And when that happens, the shadow people will finally step out of the flicker into the world, and I won't be able to warn anyone. If you're watching this, don't blink.